Yeah, you know what's so crazy? It's like we had the show for a while before the pandemic, but the pandemic accelerated it. And a lot of people saw the pandemic as like something that was going to be a tremendously challenging time, and it was. But we saw it as an opportunity because we knew that people was going to be home. We knew that people needed education more than ever. Like you couldn't even try to get a job. You couldn't get a job interview, right? So it's like, and then there was stimulus checks. Yeah, so people actually had money, right? And some people got money other ways too. So we're gonna talk about that. But you know me. So it was a unique time in history. So I'm like, yo, we gotta double down on content, and that's what we did. We started another show called Market Mondays. That went crazy. Earn Your Leisure. We started putting more content on social media, and people were home. Yeah. So you know they just started consuming our content at an all-time high. And then what happened is, you know, we had some luck because then the stock market started to take off. So as we was giving information, then people was making money in real time, and it's like, oh shit, this really works.
So we had a day off where we was all kicking it on the beach and speakers blasting. We happened to have these Jamaican and Caribbean models around us, right? And one actually had this flower hat on, you know, this big ass sun hat, like almost a church hat. So it was hot, you know what I mean? But then I had a few drinks. I'm like, yo, I said, let me see the hat real quick.
See the hat.
But then Rihanna came on, and I happened to be singing with the hat on. Like,
what song was you singing?
Bitch, better have my money. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the funny part. That's not even the funny part. The funny part is TMZ came by at the very time that I was doing it. Wow. They started taking pictures, and I stopped. Luckily, they didn't know who I was.
Well, we would love to take the company public. That's something that's on the vision board, right? I think that'd be a dope story for us. They saw us start, you know, humble beginnings with iPhones at the dining room table, and then ring the bell on the New York Stock Exchange or NASDAQ. Like that would be something that's extremely important for the culture and just really big. But outside of that, a global vision of really becoming a real media empire. And where we're producing content. We already do that now, but we're producing content for other people, studios, affiliate satellites in the UK and Nigeria and different parts of the world where it's like Earn Your Leisure and what we're talking about that's relevant here in America. They still have those same issues in different parts of the world. So it's like it gives us an opportunity to kind of curate that experience over there as well in a live event space as well. So, you know, growing the brand to be a global media company and definitely looking to take the company public at some point.
I think that's it. And to use a sports analogy, when we talk about global expansion, it was kind of like we saw what Muhammad Ali did, right? When he fought in Manila. Yeah. It was bigger than just being the United States champion. It was about being the world champion. And so we kind of envision ourselves as that for financial education, right? Like, why can't we be the champions of that and go to places where they don't have the resources and the education is limited, right? And so that's why we're big on that.
Before he was like, you know, I love cars. I got the Phantom, I got all that, but my real estate's paying for this. Like, I can't buy a home. I can't buy a car until I have a home that'll pay for it. Like, you know what I mean? If I want a car and it's going to be $3,000 a month, I got to have 2 properties where I'm generating that much cash flow that's going to pay for it. Like, so it's assets over liabilities. Before you buy a liability, have an asset that could pay for it. And make sure you have a lot more assets than you have liability.